Yo, what's going on guys, welcome back, hope we're having a great day and we're all doing well. So it's been about 2 months since Thorn has made her debut into Rainbow Six Siege, and I feel like that's been enough time for people to kind of get the hang of her. But what I've been seeing a lot from both gameplay and YouTube comments and people on Twitter is people are playing Thorn wrong. Now I guess I should say there technically isn't a way to play any of the operators wrong in the game. That is the beauty of Siege, that operators can be played in so many different ways and you can always find a new way to play them. But it's more so a negative mindset people are having about Thorn, which I'm reading in a lot of comments and seeing in a lot of clips and just talking to people in game. Heck, even when the content creators got early access to High Calibre, a lot of them are saying that she's pretty weak and her gadget is pretty useless. And I'd say one of the reasons why many people are thinking this about Thorn is because they're just thinking about her gadget in the literal sense of it being an explosive device. Yes, that is what it is, but that's not what it excels at. Yes, they are explosives and you can get explosive kills with them, but you shouldn't really think of them as just an explosive. And I was kind of in this mindset as well, especially leading up to Thorn's launch. I thought she was kind of going to be a better cap can with a more versatile placement and you'd be getting explosive kills left, right and center, but playing her a bit more you obviously realize that is not the case. Rather, I'd say she's more of an alternative to Ela than she is cap can. Both Ela and Thorn have very versatile placements of their gadgets. They can be hidden in objects, they can be placed on the roof, hidden in between floorboards. Both gadgets are also extremely good at intel gathering as well as plant denial. Yes, you can place your razor blooms on doorways similar to how you would play a cap can, and you would get some intel from that as well. The chances of inflicting damage on that are pretty low, but you have got the intel from that to know that someone is then pushing that doorway. But I think where Thorn kind of excels in a similar way to Ela can is more when it comes to the plant denial. Yes, you can hide your razor blooms outside or near the stairs on the way to site, similar how you can do a cap can, but once they are found and destroyed, the attackers can then continue to site, and then once they're in sight, it's just the defenders they have to deal with. Where I really think Thorn excels here is actually keeping those razor blooms more so in default plant spots in the sites. You can play Ela in a very similar way to this as well. Put your Gersmot mine or your razor bloom in a lot of default plant spots in the sites as a kind of last resort once they start pushing. If it's fallen into the last 30 or 20 seconds of the round and your defenders are holding their angles, taking their gunfights, and the attackers are making an advance, even if you have just one razor bloom in a common plant spot, that can potentially get a kill and also stall so much time. I feel that's such more better use than just wasting them in a common spot where you'd probably put a cap can trap. And then probably a lot of you guys are wondering then, why don't we not just play Ela instead? And that is kind of a valid question. Ela does kind of seem to be a stronger version of Thorn. Her Gersmot mines have no detonation timer, meaning the moment you walk into them, you're instantly concussed. Whereas when you walk into a razor bloom, there is an indicator on screen and you have time to either shoot it or get out of the way. And this is actually backed up by the operator win delta graph. Although Thorn does have a higher pick rate than Ela currently, Ela does have a higher win rate. And if you didn't know, next patch Ela is actually going to be getting a nerf to her shotgun, as well as on the Gersmot effect for both Sophia and Ela, they are actually removing the speed changes. And so it does seem like they are trying to bring Ela a bit down more, but it is personal preference if you actually do prefer Ela or Thorn. I know a lot of people probably prefer Thorn's Uzi over the Scorpion due to the recoil, and they also still do have the difference of Thorn being able to kill people with their gadget and Ela being able to concuss, but when it comes down to the versatility of the gadget and the playstyle, they are very similar. So I want to kind of end this video off by giving an example of how I actually personally play Thorn to help show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to be showing the example of CCTV cache on Clubhouse. Where I like to put my first razor bloom is actually hidden in the roof of construction. Construction has these really cool little metal beams where you can actually hide your razor blooms in, and when you're pushing at it from construction side into site, you can actually not even see it. And it's kind of your preference of where you want to put it in the room. You can put it closer to the door so when they push up it activates. I like to put it a bit further back so I get an indication before they're actually peeking that they are there. It all really just depends on what strat you are playing. Now the second razor bloom is what I was talking about when it comes to putting them in plant spots. I actually like to kind of hide it between the server rack and the bomb because this is an extremely common plant spot, and even if they don't go for a plant here, once they take sight and they try and rotate around here, it is going to detonate that razor bloom, one, giving me the intel that they are there, and two, potentially getting a kill. And if it is in the final seconds of the round and they do go for a plant there, it's either going to kill them or push them off the plant. And the final one, I like to kind of juggle between the stairs and garage. Purely depends on what other operators we have on the team. If we have a Legion playing main stairs, that probably won't don't put it there, but I do like to just put it on the little bit of roof which they can't shoot, and it obviously will detonate when they walk in it, giving me and our teammates the intel that they are there, as well as the same sort of case in garage. I kind of put it in garage more so if garage gets taken, we then know when they are actually starting to push the stairs, because if someone on rafters is dead and the garage cam is gone, it's very helpful to know when they're actually starting to push the stairs, because then maybe you can start taking the long angle from Cash, hold an angle from her, and it's just helpful information to have. So yeah guys, I hope this video did help if you were a bit skeptical on Thorn, or you kind of didn't think she was that great. Try to think outside the box a bit more of her, bring a Capcan alongside her, bring an Ella alongside her, get all that intel, hold down those little bits, put them in default plant spots, and you'll realize how much help that intel actually is. So yeah guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop it a like. If you did not, be sure to dislike it, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out my other videos, and have an incredible rest of your day. I love you all, stay safe, peace.